piles of books all over this bed.
I clench my eyes shut. Why is that?
My hair is so puffy and I apologize. I'm currently sick. I'm in my mum's bedroom sick because it's warm here because she has the heater, and I got my midnight. I'm a little late, I know. It's officially the 1st of July, but I'm going to be going through all the books I've read and DNF'd so far this year, which is quite a lot. Now that I'm looking at them all next to me, there's a lot, and I'm okay with it because I'm really proud of myself for all the books that I've read. So I've got my reading journal here. Midnight is a very smoochy kitty cat right now. He wants attention and cuddles. Got my list of books that I've read so far this year. Yeah, we're just gonna go through them and talk about the books I've read because I don't really want to do one at the end of the year with, oh my gosh, with how fast I'm reading at the moment. First book that I finished and read this year was Yellow Face by Rebecca F. Huang. I read this as I bought tickets to go see her and meet her, and while she did like a reading, and then she signed it as well. This book I rated 3.5 stars. Finished it on the 18th of January. Yeah, it was very different. Very different than other books that I've read. Quite dark. I did listen to it. I didn't actually physically read it. It was an audiobook, but I did enjoy it. Mixed thoughts is what happens for me with this book. Very different and dark. I could show you my reading journal actually. Each month has a different layout. So this is my Yellow Face layout. It's decent, gives a summary of the book and then my thoughts. I was sick of writing so much, so I stopped doing it. Yellow Face is just got like a little collage of photos and stuff because I love doing collages. The next book I read was The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and loved this book. 4 stars. It was a 4-star book. It is a 4-star book. This series is a 5-star series, although it did give weird vibes. It did give weird vibes. It felt like it wasn't necessary because, like I said, the second book, it seemed like that was it. But there are more. There are also spin-off series in this, spin-off trilogies in this series as well. And I just, you know, it felt a little bit unnecessary, to say the least. But Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I love her writing. I literally skim through her writing. It's just... And then we got The Final Gambit. Some actual photos of my own in there when I was reading, because this was the first time I started to actually underline and highlight and annotate books. Haven't done it any time since. And then the next book that I read within 24 hours, my God, is The Door-to-Door Bookstore by Carsten Henn. He's a German author. He wrote it in German, and then translated it in English for us English readers. And oh my God, this book, I think of it still to this day. It is a 4.5 star, but I feel like it's a 4.75. I don't know, I love it. Definitely look up trigger warnings if you're going to read this book. I bawled my eyes out and I wasn't expecting to, and it did. I bawled my eyes out because I felt connected to our main character Carl with some things that he was going through. It hurt me, but a 4-star nonetheless for that book. It's just, I love it. And then here we have our reading journal spread for it. Loved it. There's also a reading vlog too on this. Just saying. And then our last book that we read in January was another Jennifer Lynn Barnes book. It is Little White Lies, part of the Debutante series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I started to read it a bit last year. I got bored, didn't really enjoy it, and then I picked it back up again and I love it. I love this series. This series is amazing. And then here we have our spread. Again, the collage. I'm a collage girly. And then that was all the books I read in January. Look, photos just came out. February I went away, actually, at the start of Feb, before uni started. I went away to Vietnam. I started and finished Deadly Little Scandals, which is the second book in the Debutante series. Follows the same characters again. Some new characters are introduced. There's a new mystery, kind of. I didn't predict what was going to happen, but I did love it. 3.5 star because I liked the first one more. This one was just... yeah. But again, Jennifer Lynn Barnes writing. Her writing's amazing. We love her writing because it's easy to read. You pick it up and you don't stop, basically. And then that is our spread for it. Very different. I'm trying out different things each month. That's literally what I was doing. And then I did a little spread for the Debutante series because I finished it. I was very proud of myself too. That's all I read in February because I was away and then I had uni studying, so there was a lot going on. And March, we only read 2 books. First book I read was Throttled by Lauren Asher, and as a Formula 1 girly, Formula 1 fan who loves Formula 1, loved it. I loved this book. Noah and Maya, amazing. I love them. Plus the spines. I got the indie published ones before they were no longer published, so before you could no longer get them, and I love them. I also like the ones where it makes a car on the spine. I want to get them. But and then next I read Loving Reaper by Jenny Ginner. This is a graphic novel. I read it because my brother had it, funnily enough, when he was home, and I read it in the whole one sitting. It's a graphic novel, like, you know, you skim through them. Because it did make me cry, I will admit. It made me cry. I don't mind the spreads for this. It's very cute, simple, easy, but I like my little collages. And then we get on to, I was gonna say February. April, which is a very cute spread. I did that at uni. Very happy with my seal. This is when I found my love for fantasy, my love for dragons. I read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. The queen herself. The queen of dragons herself. I met Violet and Xandon, and I tabbed, I underlined, I highlighted things. Like, I even met Rebecca Yarros. Didn't get her to sign. She wasn't feeling well, so she wasn't able to sign things, but she's a little annoying because she's just finished traveling Australia and she signed books for everybody else in every other state but Melbourne, Victoria. Little petty about myself on that, but 5-star. This is a 5-star book. I bawled my eyes out. Did I plan on it? No. I didn't plan on bawling my eyes out, but I did. She ripped my heart out and tore it into pieces, and she's gonna do it again. I just know it. But I love this series. I love this book. I love Xandon. There's a reading vlog on it if you want to know my thoughts, but I love it, and I see the hype, and I'm here for the hype. Honestly, I'm here for it. And then our Fourth Wing spread, it had to get its own spread. It just had to, okay? How could it not? Like, you're insane. That's all I read in April. Just that one book. But it's understandable because it's over 500 pages, okay? Firstly, May, massive reading month for me. I read, well, listened to What Really Happened by Chelsea Sidoti, an audiobook. Very different. It was something. Very different. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't the best for me. That's all I can really say. I can't really think of anything else that I loved about that book. I was disappointed with the ending. Really, I was disappointed with what happened, and that's not what anyone wants. You don't want to be disappointed. Next, I listened to the audiobook of The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Yes, I own the physical copy. I listened that within a day, 24 hours, 2 days. I already started it, so fair on that, but you know, this is my 3rd Sarah Adams book. I read the Off Limits series by her as well. Didn't mind them, but The Cheat Sheet, I love Nathan. I love him as a character, and the representation of men dealing with mental health issues and stuff and panic attacks and stuff was great. I love that because it's usually just the females that you hear about, or you don't hear about it at all. And then these are the spreads for both those books. I quite enjoy these spreads, the whole list thing there. I quite enjoy it. These ones are cute. I listened to The Headmaster's List by Melissa de la Cruz. It gave me I Know What You Did Last Summer vibes and Good Girl Guide to Murder. Mix those two together. That's basically what this is. I brought this book when I wasn't feeling okay mentally last year, and so I just I picked it up because it's a YA mystery thriller. It was average. I didn't quite enjoy it. Not really. It was a book. I finished it. That's about it. That's all I have to say. Next, I jumped back on the bandwagon, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years later. Finally getting through it because the new season came out this year, and I needed to know things. I listened to The Viscount Who Loved Me, the 2nd Bridgerton book in the Bridgerton series. I read this book after watching season 2 that came out 2 years ago now. Holy shit. Yeah, 2 years ago. I love the show more than the book. I'm sorry. It was a 3-star book. I love the show more, but I love the family. The books give the Bridgerton family, when they interact with each other and they're together, a new level than what the show can actually do. So I love that, but the show did better. The show did it better. And things that happened in the book, I was like, really? The show did such a better job at that. Like, seriously. Here is our spread for both. We finished Another Beast. We finished Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. There is a reading vlog on this if you want to know everything. And I highly recommend you go and find out everything that happened in this. I didn't tab a lot, but boy did I underline, highlight, and cry. There's no spread for this because I haven't done my spread. I want to do my spread, but I don't know how I want it to look. But again, we're following Xaden and Violet and after everything that happened in the first book. And I now have to wait until January. I have to wait 7 months. 6 months. 6 to 7 months. Till Oxstorm. And will I be in store buying that book the day it comes out? You bet your ass I will be. I will be there. I'll call in sick if I have to and I will start reading. Because the ending of this... Ooh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Literally. Next, I read The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Briar You series. I want to finish this series, but I also don't. I'm not a big fan of the Briar You series. Not gonna lie. I did, however, love Jake Connolly. Every woman needs a Jake Connolly, and I loved it. Brie? Jake and Brie? All I see is Jake's name. I don't see Brie's name. Brianna. It's close. But yes, everybody needs a Jake Connolly in their life, and I need my own Jake Connolly. So, provided by Lauren Asher. I'm going through Lauren Asher's backlog of books at the moment. I own basically all of her books, but 2. And I've only read a few of her books. This is the second book in the Dirty Air series. I love this book. Sophie and Liam, the age gap was very different. Wasn't expecting it, but I looked past it, you know. You ignore it. It's Formula 1. But these two, miscommunication. And again, it did feel a little rushed. Lauren Asher throttled. There was like a couple months where they took time off. It felt rushed and I was like, I'm a slow burn girly, so I needed more. It was doing great, and then the time off between race, like a month off that they had between the races, some stuff happened but we weren't there for it. It just jumped to back when the Formula 1 was happening again, so it felt weird. And again with this one, there was a break or something. No, there was no break. It felt rushed towards the end, but the epilogues, both epilogues, I'm here for it. Girly is here for it. I loved them. This is like my favorite page in my reading journal. This is literally my favorite spread. My favorite page. Just look at it. And then I was looking on my Kindle, reading a whole heap of Kindle Unlimited books, and I found the whole romance Valentine's Day thing that Amazon did with a couple of authors. So I read The Exception to the Rule, The Worst Wingman Ever, and Rosie and the Dreamboat. Christina Lauren. It was cute, it was nice, but I'm like, girls, I have some of your books and I'm not intrigued, I'm not rushing to them after reading that. Then again, these books are very small, so it's like, I've got to give them a bit of credit, I guess. They're short books, but still. Abby Jimenez, on the other hand, within the 60 odd pages that this book is, I loved it. I needed more. And I plan on reading more of her books if I ever see them in op shops. Here's our spread. I love my spreads. My reading journal spreads. I love my reading journal. I read Rosie and the Dreamboat by Sally Thorne. It was disgusting. Okay, she's stuck in this like tube thing at a spa, and the fight is just... No. Not for me. Not for me, okay? She's not for me, and she never will be. That book, I don't ever want to read it again. It's my least favorite. First book I read in June, or listened to, is An Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn, the third Bridgerton book in this series, which follows Benedict and Sophie. It gave me Cinderella vibes. Cinderella vibes. I loved it more than the other 2 books that I'd read. I loved this book more than the show, which is saying a little something, I guess. That's not my favorite one out of the series so far. You will find out eventually. Next, I started reading and then DNF'd Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I can't buy the name I'm not going to pronounce because I will butcher it. But everybody knows this book. Everybody knows it. There's other books in the series. I didn't like the writing, and I know it was written in Japanese and then translated in English, and I think that's why I don't like it, but yeah, I DNF'd it. I couldn't. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. If you love that book, good on you, but it's not my thing. Next, I finished while on set of a film, and I add Blind Freedom, go watch it when it comes out. I read Wrecked by Lauren Asher, the 3rd book in the Dirty A series, and it follows Elena and Jax. It was, I was like, is this Friends? No. The other one was Friends with Benefits. This one is basically Elena works for Jax. Shit goes on, it's very heartbreaking, but shit happens and he pushes her away. Miscommunication trope at the end, might I add. And it just, the 3rd act miscommunication trope is not for me. I hate miscommunication trope. I hate it with a freaking passion. Just talk. Use your words. Rip the band-aid off and talk. Seriously. I hate it. But I did love the book. It was 4 stars. Finished romanticizing with Mr. Bridgerton, Penelope and Colin's story. The 4th book in the Bridgerton series. The show, I believe, has done so far better. I've still got the last episode to watch, which I plan on watching today. But I didn't enjoy it so much. Really wish I read this series before the show came out. Like when I finished The Duke and I finished the series, if I just finished it, I would have loved it. Eloise's story. To Sir Philip with love. This book is is my favorite so far in the series. Eloise's story, loved it. I'm here for it. I love Eloise. And I can't wait. The banter between her and the 2 kids, the twins. Little short one. Nick and Charlie by Alice Osman. It's cute. I didn't mind it. It was very short and sweet. I listened to it as an audiobook. It's cute. I love Nick and Charlie's story. And then next I finished another one, part of the whole Kindle romance Valentine's Day series. I read Drop Cover and Hold On. I finished that 2 days ago, a couple of days ago actually. It was like an earthquake type thing happening. It was like, it's 2 stars. Just it's okay, it's average, you know. Anyway, then I finally picked up What's Coming to Me by Francesca Padilla. I got 42% in and nothing happened. Nothing was happening, so I DNF'd it. It's her debut novel. She's the only book she's ever written too, and I'm 42% in and there's nothing happening. I shouldn't be 42% in a book, almost halfway, and there's nothing happened. So I DNF'd it, and I don't plan on picking it back up. I'm sorry, I wanted to love it, but 42% in and nothing's happened. You shouldn't be that far into a book and nothing happened. And then last night, on the 30th of June, I finished With Any Luck by Ashley Poston, part of, again, the same Kindle romance series. It was cute. It was cute. I didn't mind it. It makes me want to read more of her books, and I literally was laying in bed with mum next to me last night, and I was like, I've seen one of her other books in op shops. Twice I've seen it, and I haven't brought it because I was like, I want to read it. This is the author as well of The 7-Year Slip and The Dead Romantics. Okay, everyone's talking about The 7-Year Slip. I keep seeing Geek Allah in stores, in op shops. Didn't pick it up. I touched it, I read it, and I was like, ooh, this seems interesting. But I was like, no, I can't afford it. I wish I brought it now. I need to know. Like, you know, that's all the books I've read so far in 2024. How many is that? I have read 25 books so far this year, and my goal is to read 24, and I DNF'd 2. I'm happy with that. That is a really good goal. I've hit my goal, and I'm halfway through the year, and I can't wait to keep reading more. I already have some books planned out in my head that I want to read. I'm excited, and I'm nervous for the amount of books that I haven't read. I'm slowly going through my physical TBR. I buy more things. Although looking at all these books, there's a lot. But yay! That's it for the video. Holy shit, like look at all these books. It's a lot. Anyway, that is it for this mid-year wrap up. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know your thoughts, what you thought. Was it good? Did you enjoy them? Do we have mixed reviews? Do you disagree with me? It's fine if you do, honestly. It's okay. We all have our own opinions. But yeah. That's what I've read so far this year, and I'm really, really proud of myself for reading what I did, and for reading 10 books in May. That is like a world record for me. Having fun here. I am finally getting back into reading after all the shitty stuff that happened last year with me, and I'm happy. Thank you guys so much for like being here and sticking all the way through to the end of this video, and you know, watching these videos and connecting through books. I love it. I don't really have any friends who read, so it's like, I can't talk to people about books, you know, so this is how I do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Say bye, Midnight. Say bye. That's a lot.